What's the average cost to sell a house? Are there hidden fees? Will I be surprised at closing? Stay tuned and I'll share with you what you need to know about selling a house and things to watch out for. Let's do it. Hi, I'm Jonathan McCoy, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty Chattahoochee North, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time on my channel, you'll want to hit the subscription button and click on the notification bell. Why do you ask? Well, I post a ton of awesome content and information that you will want to see, and I'm the #1 realtor in Atlanta and the Southeast, according to my mom. Thanks, Mom. Let's jump into it. What does it cost to sell a house? Well, we will need to lay some groundwork and establish a price to work with. So we will say that we're selling a $300,000 home. Now for your home, you can put in a value and follow the steps that I'm about to take you through to figure out your cost. We are also going to say that you're going to hire a real estate agent to sell your home. If you're looking to do a for sale by owner, I'll be doing a future video on the cost of selling a home by owner. We will begin with commissions. The seller typically pays commissions when selling a home. This commission is paid to the listing agent, and the agent's commissions work like such. You'll establish a commission that you agree to pay your listing agent that may be a flat fee or a percentage of the sales price of the house. Now, for me, in my business, I do commission based off the percentage of the sales price of the house, so we will stick with that. Then, you'll want to establish how much of a commission the listing agent is going to share with the buyer's agent, if there is a buyer's agent. So, you will pay one commission, but out of that commission, your agent will give some of that commission to the buyer's agent. For this example, we will use 6% commission. Now, I stress that commissions are negotiable and there are no standard commissions in real estate. Of that 6%, we will say 3% will stay with the listing agent and 3% will be given to the buyer's agent, if there is one. With our established price of $300,000 and a commission of 6%, the total commission will be $18,000. Now, if there is a buyer's agent representing the buyer, then $9,000 goes to the buyer's agent and $9,000 goes to the listing agent. There are so many different scenarios and situations in which the commission can be negotiated that I could do a whole video, but I'm not going to do that today. We will just stick with this one. It is very important to note that real estate commissions and fees are done differently with different agents and in different states. You will need to make sure that you ask your agent what is included in commissions and fees that will be charged to you. Sometimes you will come across companies and agents that seem to charge really low commissions, but have additional fees. Ask them about these additional fees, how they will work. Will they charge you as the seller additional fees for taking pictures, using lockbox, MLS fees, at closing, marketing fees, technology fees, etc. Also, you make sure you know what is included and what you're paying for and what isn't included. You need to know what you are paying for up front. Now that we got commissions out of the way, let's talk closing costs. Closing costs are paid by the buyer in real estate transactions. However, it is common for the buyer to ask the seller to help pay some, and sometimes most, of the closing costs. Closing costs can vary, but typically they will be about 3 to 3.5% of the sales price of the house. When a buyer makes an offer on your house, they will put as part of the offer how much they are asking you to help pay in closing costs. Typically, I see buyers ask on average about $3,000 in closing costs. This is negotiable, and obviously the more you agree to pay in closing costs, the less money you'll take home when it's all said and done. Next, let's look at some commonly asked for items by buyers when writing up an offer. One is a termite letter and or a termite bond. Georgia is #2 state in the US for termites, trailing only Florida. Termite coverage is very important on a house, and for houses in Georgia, if you don't get your home treated for termites, it's not a matter of asking if your home will get termites, it's pretty much a question of when you will get termites. If you already have coverage, then on your house, typically you can just write up a termite letter, and that is usually free from the company that covers your home. This letter simply states there are no termites active on your property. Now, if you already have a termite bond on your home, then you can also have this transferred over, usually for free depending on your company. But if you don't have some kind of treatment already in place for your home, then a termite letter usually runs about $75. If the buyer asks for a termite bond, you don't have one in place, or yours is about to run out, then they will likely ask for a new one. This cost can vary, but we're going to say the average price I usually see is around $600. Another commonly asked for item buyers want are home warranties. Buyers are about to spend a lot of money to buy a home, and they want some peace of mind for the first year that they are in their home. They don't want to have some big expense pop up. A home warranty can give peace of mind to a buyer. Home warranties can cover things such as HVAC systems, hot water heaters, appliances, and more. Not all home warranties are created equally, so they vary on what is covered in the price. A typical home warranty will cost around $550. While there might be other items a buyer asks for, these are the two most common items. Let's move on to closing on a home. Sometimes sellers can be surprised about some charges they get at or before closing. Some of these charges include HOA clearance letters if you're in an HOA, property taxes, your final water bill, handling of the mortgage payoff, and wiring money for closing. If you're part of an HOA, then you will have to pay a HOA clearance letter. This letter basically states from the HOA that you are caught up on all of your payments. You would think this would be easy to get and thus cheap. Well, the amount your HOA charges can vary. I've seen this fee range from $50 to $350, and I've heard some even charging more. I know $350 is ridiculous to get a letter. On average though, I usually see about $100. Find out from your HOA what they charge. Property taxes. If you have not paid property taxes as of yet, the attorney will take these out of closing. You will only pay for taxes from the beginning of the year to the day of closing. If you have a mortgage with an escrow account, which most people do, then you will get a check from your lender that reimburses you for the money that was in your escrow account. Typically, it takes about 2 or 3 months after closing and the payoff of your loan to receive your check. In case that property taxes have already been paid for the year, and typically in Georgia these are paid sometime between September and October depending on the county, then you will get a credit from the buyer at closing. Up next, the water bill. The closing attorney will look at your water bill, and if it has not been recorded by the county or city that has been paid, they will charge you at closing. If you have already paid this but it hasn't shown up yet, then the county or city will send you a check reimbursement after it's paid at closing. If you still owe money on your mortgage, then the closing attorney's office will handle the payoff. Attorneys on average charge about $40 for doing this for you. And lastly, you can get a check at closing for your proceeds, or the attorney can wire your money to your account. If the attorney wires the money, you're usually going to charge the wiring fee for around $25. So figure out if it's worth $25 for you to have your money wired to your account or get a check. So when it's all said and done, let's add up the commission, the termite bond, home warranty, HOA clearance letter, fee for paying off your mortgage and wiring. For selling a $300,000 home, the average cost to sell your home is about $22,315.
As you can see in this chart, I've put together different price points of homes selling and the average cost to sell the home at those price points. If you have any questions about your specific home when it comes to your sales price or the average cost to sell your home, please feel free to send me an email. I'd be happy to respond.
Once again, that's a whole lot of your hard-earned money being paid to sell your house. It is important to know what you are being charged up front and what your agent is bringing to you in terms of value. For you, the seller, it is very important to know the value of your home. If you're in the metro Atlanta area and want to know the true value of your home, click on this link or go down below and click on the link given. I'd be happy to let you know your home's value. Thanks for watching. I hope this video was helpful. For those that have questions, please feel free to put them in the comment section below. And think about subscribing. I post every Thursday. Thanks, and I will see you next time.